Coming to the end of the session, it's always good to check through the energetic body and make sure all the chakras are both giving and receiving in the masculine and feminine, so we understand everything as positive, and we've got to that place through the deep understanding that we have now of working tantrically. And what we might find, even though this was a very energetic session with a lot of emotional expression, things might still be blocked. Some chakras might not be completely positive. And de-armouring at this point allows us to go deeper into the pain to find deeper levels that were stuck. And in this particular session, Joy found that her solar plexus was still blocked. So we started to do de-armouring work, going very softly into the body and then learning to work with pain in a sensual way. So we reprogram the nervous system as we take the trauma out. From a trauma-informed perspective, we're allowing the trapped patterns of movement, of fight or flight, to hit somebody, to run away, or to freeze. We're taking those trapped energetic electrical signals out of the nervous system, but we're also transforming them. This transformation works on many levels. One is purely on the physical, by going into the pain and then lowering the pain threshold of the body so that we don't resist the pain, and then we start to work with the body in a sensual way. So we make pain a pleasurable, sensual experience for the most part. Everything in de-armouring is a rule of thumb. Sometimes we need to go into our pain and tense and fight it, but we should always come at the end of every round of de-armouring, of relaxing into the pain, so there's no resistance or attachment to pain, no resistance or attachment to pleasure, and then that allows us to really reprogram the nervous system and to resensitize the nervous system. So that's one level of transformation. And you'll see as I'm working with pleasure, I'm working in a very mindful way. Every touch, every movement is very slow, it's very deliberate. I'm not just hurting somebody. I'm never pressing without looking at the breath, without having some empathic connection as well as a physical, and very careful and very mindful of the touch to only touch the secondary erogenous zones, and to make sure that the person feels safe and completely relaxed so that the nervous system can really resensitize. Safety is very, very key. One of the things people often make mistakes with when they're learning de-armouring is they get too much into the pain, and then the client starts to like the pain, especially when you have a lot of students together. And sessions are always supposed to be more pleasure than pain, or more neutrality than pain. If going into pleasure and sensuality is a boundary for somebody, we can also work in a neutral way, but people can get quite carried away with the pain part. And I find the best sessions, the best way to help Joy open up her solar plexus in this way is the transformation of pain into pleasure, and that happens by releasing the emotions that are connected to that pain that were trapped in the nervous system from that trauma-informed level, but we're also working with the memories of the mind, the memories of the body, and how emotion is stored in our organs and our glands. It's a lifelong learning practice. There's so much you can learn about de-armouring, and the more you know about bodywork, you can advance your practice. We teach a very simple way of working with pain, and the best way to learn is on that experiential level and experiencing how pain heals us. Pain can be a very healing thing when we learn to work with it correctly. And for Joy, we move from pain, from a physical touch into an energetic touch. But for some people, if their energetic body isn't open, then I might primarily work with de-armouring and with breath. And in some sessions, if it's very energetic, I might not touch any points at all. I might only touch one or two points. every session is a unique dance, as a unique expression of the client learning to be with life and to be with pain.